Hello, I am Dani Hutto from IT branch and this is the summary video for week 3 basic entrepreneurship class. In our previous video, we have learned about different stages of dynamic thinking and we deep dived into emphasize and define. In this video, we will move on with ideate. So without further ado, let's begin the summary. Ideate. What is ideate? Ideate is a process or method for generating, exploring and development of a solution for a certain problem. Why ideate, you may ask? Because ideate helps us to generate multiple options which are risk-free and it also promotes creativity. Ideate helps us to look at a problem from different angles. We also have a very famous quote from a very famous person, Linus Pauling. He said that best idea is to have lots of ideas. Next, in this week, we have also learned about 6 thinking hats. This is a book written by Edward de Bono. In this book, he mentioned a framework to look at a problem from different perspectives. Each each perspective is represented by a certain hat color. So let's look at each color. White hats are the people who emphasizes more on facts and data. Red hat are the people who emphasizes more on emotions and intuition. Black hat are the people who emphasizes more on risk and criticism, as a critique is required to make a business successful. Yellow hat, they are the people who emphasizes more on benefits and positives of our solution. Blue hat. Blue hats are the people who emphasizes more on control and execution of our solution. They are the people responsible for the execution of our solution. Green hat. They are the people who emphasizes more on creativity and alternatives. They are the people with creative mindset. They do this through divergent thinking. Next, we again learn about this convergent and divergent graph. We learned how each stages of design thinking use this divergent and convergent thinking. We can see that during empathy and define, we understand a problem deeply, and in ideate or through ideate, we create ideas or solutions for the problem. During prototype and test, we deliver the solution we generated through ideate. We can also see that during empathy, we diverge, and during define, we do convergent thinking. During ideate, we diverge again. During prototype and test, we converge again. After this, we ended our first session, and our second session started from problem litmus test. As you can see, this problem litmus test has several headings like market size, pain intensity, existing alternatives, customer psychology, willingness to pay, lovability, and evangelism. So let us look at each heading. Market size. This heading tells us how big the market is, how many people are affected by this problem. Pain intensity. This tells us how serious a problem is. Existing alternatives tells us about the current existing solution for the problem. Customer psychology tells us how much a customer is willing to change for our solution and what are the habitual changes they are going through because of this problem. Willingness to pay. This tells us how willing a person is to pay for our solution. Lovability. This heading tells us whether how much a customer likes our solution. Evangelism. This heading tells us or gives us an idea about how much willing a person is to promote our solution, how much willingness a person shows to promote our solution. After explaining each heading, we implemented it during our activity session. We implemented this problem litmus test in a problem. After this activity session, we opened up a problem statement canvas in our phone and drew the same in our copy. This problem statement canvas had several headings as well. In context, we learned when a problem occurs. This tells us about the event because of which the problem occurs. Now, during problem, we learn the root cause of the problem, why the problem occurs. In alternatives, we learn about the current existing solution for the problem that the customers are using. In customers, we learn who are the people who is affected by this problem the most. And in emotional impact, we learn how a customer feels about this problem. In quantifiable impact, we measure this impact, like how much time and money a person is losing because of this problem. In alternative shortcomings, we learn about the disadvantages of the current alternative solutions. After having a brief introduction of each heading, we learn that each headings have certain things in common and they give certain results, like context and problem gives us a gives us an idea about how a problem is triggered. Problem and alternatives gives us proof that the problem exists in the market. The context and customers uh, heading tells us or gives us a window of opportunity. Problem and emotional impact. This gives us an idea about the impact of problem on people. Alternative and its shortcomings. This gives us an opportunity to be different and to add something extra in our solution. Customer and emotional impact. This basically motivates people like us to motivate ourselves to provide a solution for the problem. Emotional impact and shortcomings. Alternative shortcomings. This can give us a competitive advantage. After learning about this, we again had an activity session where we filled out this canvas with our problems and solutions. After this, we had a case study session where we studied a case about DC hangover. Here we learned about two students who were both ambitious and they had a desire to start a new business, and they also wear same footwear. They were both they both met at during an internship session or during in the internship period. They both experienced some events in which they got praised for wearing this certain footwear. This footwear was, excuse me, Kolhapuri chappals, which were cheap and comfortable, and these chappals were easily available in the Indian market. Now, after learning about this, they decided to tally the compliments they received. They were shocked to find out that the tally of 200 compliments were found in just 60 days. This marked the start of their entrepreneurial journey. With this, our class ended. Even though the case study was not complete, we got to know about how these two students started to have that entrepreneurship mindset and how this DC hangover got started. With this, my summary ends as well. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.